Dear students, today let's read the lesson Charles. This story is about Laurie, a young boy who had just started his kindergarten, and this story is narrated by Laurie's mother. The story was written by Shirley Hardy Jackson, who was an American novelist and a short story writer. She was born in San Francisco, California. She is known for her works of horror and mystery. So, other than Charles, she has also written short stories like The Lottery, The Haunting of Hill House, The Lovely House, Lizzie, and many more. Characters are introduced here. We have Laurie, the young boy, Laurie's mother, Laurie's father. He also has a baby sister. Laurie starts kindergarten and renounces the corduroy overalls with bibs. Bibs is a piece of cloth that is tied around the child's neck. So, as you can see in the picture, overalls is a one-piece garment worn by the kids, and corduroy is a kind of velvety kind of fabric. So Laurie renounces. He gives up wearing the corduroy overalls with bibs and he started wearing blue jeans with a belt. This shows that he has grown up. The first morning he goes to school with the older girl next door and his mother realizes that an era of her life is over. But when the child first goes to school, she feels that an era of her life is over. Laurie comes back home the same way, slams the door open. He forcefully opens the door, drops his cap on the floor, and insolently talks to his father. Insolently means disrespectfully. We come to know that Laurie is a very notorious child at home. The rising action is actually a element that takes the plot of the story towards the climax, where you can expect some exciting, intense incidents. So here when Laurie comes home, his father asks him what he learned at school. He says that he learned nothing and a boy got spanked for being fresh. So spanked means he got hit or he got punished by the teacher for being fresh. Fresh here means showing no respect or a lot of confidence. When the mother asks, he says it was Charles. The name of the boy was Charles, who was awfully fresh, who was unpleasantly fresh at school. And when she again asks what Charles did, Laurie slides off his chair. He doesn't answer his mother. He just slides off the chair. Here, the next day, Laurie informs his parents how Charles hit the teacher. The teacher instructs Charles to use the red crayon, but Charles wanted to use only green crayon and he hit the teacher. When his parents inquire about this, he plays a prank on his father. He tells his father to look up, look down, look at my thumb, and he smiles very insanely. And Laurie calls him dumb. On Wednesday, Charles bounces. He pushes a seesaw onto the head of a little girl and makes her bleed. On Thursday, Charles has to stand in a corner during story time. He was very disturbing even during the story time. He kept on striking his feet onto the floor. On Friday, Charles is deprived. He was not allowed to use the blackboard because he throws a chalk. So Laurie comes home and he narrates everything, whatever happened at school. The mother worries that kindergarten is unsettling. It's too disturbing for Laurie because of the presence of people like Charles in the school. She feels that Laurie's attitude would change because of Charles. The father replies that it is better for the kid to meet such people early in life than later. He wants his son to be more wise. When Laurie comes home on Monday, what happens the following week? He announces, he says that as Charles yelled, he shouted in school and had to stay back, all the other children stayed back. So he was late from school and he says, and it is because of Charles. He again talks disrespectfully to his father, and when asked what Charles looked like, he says, Charles is bigger than me. He never wears a jacket. On Tuesday, Laurie tells them that Charles kicked the teacher's friend as he didn't want to do exercises. There was another teacher at school who had come to teach exercises for the kids. Charles did not allow the teacher's friend to teach exercises for the kids. By the third week of kindergarten, Charles becomes an institution in their house. He has become a very familiar member of the house. The father calls himself Charles. He throws telephone, ashtray, flowers off the table. There is a reformation in Charles. There is improvement in the behavior in Charles in the following weeks. Laurie's parents are keen to know about this transformation. Things are back to normal by Friday. For 4 days, he was good. He was helping the teacher. He had distributed the crayons around, collecting the books, and he also got compliments and appreciations from the teacher. For 4 days, he was good, but things are back to normal by Friday. He this time he said bad words aloud and getting his mouth washed every time. Laurie's parents want to meet the mother of this unruly child. Why? They wanted to know the reason behind the attitude of this child. Is he having a friendly environment at home or at school? What is the reason? When mother goes to the parent teacher meet, she restlessly searches for Charles' mother, but none looked haggard enough. Nobody looked worried or excited. It was a very calm environment. The kindergarten teacher finally reveals to her. She speaks very formally, very primly, that Laurie had a little trouble adjusting in the beginning, but is now a nice helper with occasional lapses. She did not say that Laurie was very disturbing. He was creating a lot of trouble in the school. Laurie's mother says that it could be because of Charles. Otherwise, Laurie would easily adjust with a new environment. On hearing about Charles, the teacher said there is nobody called Charles in the kindergarten. So we come across Laurie as a very good storyteller here. The beginning of the story, he was playing pranks on his father. He pulls his wagon with mud. He throws mud everywhere. He spills baby sister's milk. He doesn't answer his parents properly. He shows a very different kind of attitude at home. He was showing the same kind of behavior even at school, and he lies to his parents that it was Charles, and he put all the blame on Charles, and he says that Charles did everything, all the mischiefs at school, and got punished. So we come across Laurie as a very good storyteller. From the mother's recollection, we get to know that he was a very sweet boy when he was younger, but later, as he grows up, he speaks disrespectfully, makes fun of him. He is not only mischievous at home but even at school. And he creates a character called Charles, and he says that it is Charles who has done all this mischief and got punished. Laurie's mother is portrayed as a very caring, sentimental. She is also very concerned that the kindergarten would be very disturbing for Laurie due to Charles. But Laurie's father is portrayed as a very wise man. He wants his son to be more wise, getting exposed to all different kinds of people. Charles is an imaginary character created by Laurie. He is portrayed as an unruly child at school. In this chapter, we came across many sentences in active voice. So let's recap how to transform sentences from active to passive voice. Laurie slammed the front door open. Laurie threw the cap on the floor. So all these sentences are in past tense. The words highlighted here are all verbs. The subject acts upon the verb in the active voice, and you have the object. When you have the object, the verb is called as a transitive verb. If you don't have an object in the sentence, the verb is called as an intransitive verb. So what are the things which you have to remember when you transform a sentence from active to passive? The tense of the given sentence should not be changed. The sentence should follow the SVO pattern. In the passive voice, the verb acts upon the subject. Subject comes at the end of the sentence, which is preceded by the preposition by. You will also change some of the pronouns, like I becomes me, he becomes him, she becomes her, they becomes them. Okay, let's see one after the other. Laurie slammed the front door open. This sentence follows the SVO pattern. Laurie is the subject, slammed is the verb, the front door is the object. So how do you transform this? The front door was slammed open by Laurie. Laurie threw the cap on the floor. The cap was thrown on the floor by Laurie. Charles bounced a seesaw onto the head of a little girl. All these verbs are transitive verbs because you have object there. Charles bounced a seesaw. What did he bounce? He bounced a seesaw. A seesaw was bounced onto the head of a little girl by Charles. Laurie filled his wagon full of mud and pulled it through the kitchen. Laurie's wagon was filled with mud and pulled through the kitchen by him. Father pulled telephone, ashtray, and a bowl of flowers off the table. Telephone, ashtray, and a bowl of flowers were pulled off the table by father. He also threw a chalk. A chalk was also thrown by him. He got solemnly back into the chair. Now look at the sentence. Look at the verb here. Do you have an object in the sentence? No. If you don't have an object, you call the verb as an intransitive verb and you cannot change the sentence into the passive voice. Charles yelled during story hard. The verb is intransitive. Laurie reported grimly at lunch on Thursday. There is no object. The verb is intransitive. So the last three sentences in active voice cannot be transformed into passive voice. I hope you have understood this. Thank you.